And good day to you. So this is a really quick video. It's going to be a bit awful in some ways. I've got a couple of things that really, when push comes to shove, can only be admitted as largely failures, but failures where I've learned so much that I think it's worth sharing it with you as a blog post and picking out the best bits. The reason they're failures is I don't have enough data to do what I wanted. What I was looking for was to build a algorithmic trader from scratch and learn a lot. I did a couple of things, and actually looking around on the internet, I don't think there's huge amounts of people who can do this. So go me. But in another sense, I feel like I have more than the average data analysis knowledge, but less than the average stock knowledge, and a lot of this is filled with just obvious mistakes in hindsight. My first starting point is this Alpha Vantage piece of programming here. Go and Google Alpha Vantage. You can see the Python code. They do Java code, all API connections to their URL. It's an API. Everybody knows what that does. If you want stock data for free, it's here. It doesn't cost a lot if you want to update to be able to use it more often. I haven't done that yet, but if this model really worked for a huge amount, if I got a model that really did work, I would probably be interested in doing that. So where I started was genetic algorithm, built a crossing moving average strategy, took a long and short moving average, and was going to trade them whenever they crossed, and was doing the back trading on historic data. And this is where I just don't have the data for this. My historic data is like usually on average 10 lines long. I haven't got much more than that. So when it came to building this, there just isn't the years and years of data to do back testing and do the statistical analysis that would make this algorithm work. So I kind of built this thinking, I know this will work. I built it on the back of having tried to build a ARIMA system for predicting the trends within a stock. That turns out probably to be the wrong way to handle this, because when I started reading a few books on stocks and shares, the first thing comes out is what all the newbies do is try and predict the future, and it just doesn't work. You should look to predict the current trend and look to spot the signals that the direction of travel has changed and get out while you still can. Where a trade's just going up and up and up in value, buy, and also, interesting enough, don't buy stupid amounts. Like they have like set ticks and contract levels as part of their strategy. I need to read more and get my head around it properly before I do anything more silly like this. That being said, I've already kind of gone a bit more silly, and what's running here is a generative adversarial network. This is how much it's making when it counts where it buys something and then the asset appreciates, because this seems really good at spotting stocks which are going to go up in price, and it's only got 5 days worth of data for most of the stocks. Like, I think it's got the full 501 different stocks of the New York Stock Exchange, but it's not learning to do short. What I wanted to do is get it so it could short the stocks, go long on the stocks. Really, really interesting. A prototype for this, which wasn't a generative adversarial network, just kicked ass in shorting it. It didn't make much money. It sort of was making just under negative, but it just like had 60% positives on shorting stocks, and then on the 40% it just wasted huge amounts of money doing mad stuff. So I think this is where my head's going in terms of when I get lots and lots of data. I probably want to see how I can make it work with using some generative adversarial networks. I'm a little bit concerned that this learns really, really slowly. Like, I think some of its reasoning why it takes its accuracy is so low, but it's really good at spotting good trades, like good appreciation of assets, and that's out of all the different neural networks I've thrown at this, that was unique in doing that. But it's not trading. It's sort of it's got some other different game that's going on. I've really struggled for a long time in building this neural network so it could be extended and made bigger. Eventually learned a lot about linear algebra and got that done. I'm impressed with the neural networks. Like, when I sort of stopped going, why isn't this working? Why isn't this showing that I've made £1 million? I did really understand that these values don't appreciate statistically significant amounts in 5 days for these neural networks to really do very much or learn very well. I kind of decided to give them a break and thought that I'd have to wait and build up more data so I can run all these different things. But yeah, I think that's 90% there with building a algorithmic trader. I probably need to get a few more books on trading using algorithms, because I've got a reading list for some trading books, but I need to move forward. So this is boring as hell for you to watch. I'm sure of it. You just heard me prattle on. But I wanted to do a blog post for where I'm at with playing with these neural networks and showing you what I've been up to. It feels like I've learned loads and loads and loads, and there's loads of things to show about it, but it's all very bitty, and none of it's the really successful punch in the face, I did a thing sort of thing. So I'm going to spend some time on other projects, and I'll come back to you when I've got something more to show on this one. Thanks, have a good day, and good night. Bye.